Hello, welcome back to another episode of Two Dudes Drinking Beer. My name is Josh.
My name is Alec.
Today is the
Wednesday,
my dudes, the 2nd of December. I'm always lacking on this page. And why isn't it giving me up to date? Today's fun fact of the day is that Johnny Cash only took 3 voice lessons before his teacher advised him to start taking lessons and to never deviate from his natural voice.
stop taking lessons?
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
Okay.
Stop taking voice lessons.
It's not like you said stop with an accent, like a start taking lessons.
To stop taking lessons and to keep his
Yeehaw.
natural voice. I never listened to Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
So, good for him. He's super popular, though.
Yeah, just like the Beatles.
Fuck the Beatles.
You'd fuck the Beatles?
No, just fuck them.
Oh, you don't like them?
No. Today we're drinking a beer called Nordic Jam.
Nordic Jam.
It's from Two Pitchers Brewing Company.
Oh, fuck. You got boogers on yours, too?
No? You want to trade?
Can I get another
cans?
one? That looks gross.
It's just glue.
That's booger.
It's literally just glue.
They're on all of them. Oh, I can scratch this one off. That's all good.
Okay. It doesn't affect the taste at all.
Packaging -1.
So it's a lager with Nordic fruits. Apparently strawberries are from Normandy. It's made with cherries, elderberries, and strawberries. All staples of a Viking warrior's diet.
Elderberries just sound like something in a video
They
game or
sound
Game
fake.
of Thrones. They don't sound like a real ingredient in anything ever. I climbed over the mountain. I got the elderberries. We can make this brew now.
To create a downright delicious party in a can, jam on, friends.
I bet you it tastes kind of weird. I like the can. The artwork's a little much.
I like it. It tastes like fruit punch.
Tastes just like fruit punch.
That's great. That's perfect. That's dangerous, too.
Tastes just like fruit punch. It's a little more bitter. The aftertaste.
That's the elderberry.
Yeah, if that's what elderberries taste like. That's funny. They taste like old berries.
That's what I imagine elderberries to taste like.
Just like a kind of almost rotten strawberry or like
It's a little bit bitter.
Yeah, super bitter.
Like you wouldn't eat them by themselves.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like it.
By Two Pitches Brewing. It's actually really good. It tastes just like a carbonated fruit punch.
It tastes like an organic fruit roll up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Like a fruit leather.
It's totally one of those. It's liquid fruit roll up.
Yeah. It's using just the fruit sugar, not actual sugar to sweeten it.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah, it tastes just like fruit punch. Oh, dude, check out the strawberries on the can. It's totally got a vagina.
Would you fuck that strawberry?
I'd fuck that strawberry. Look how big that vagina is. I could put my whole waist in there.
Okay. Well,
Just fucking stand in that.
welcome back, guys.
It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday, and something that's fucking... So, yesterday I went into work in the evening time, and I hate those shifts. I went in, I was very sad. I was depressed. Because when I go into those shifts, I feel like nothing I do is impactful. Because it doesn't matter.
Well,
'Cause
there's not like an audience or a crowd to cheer you on, so I can see that.
Well, even when I go in the early mornings, there's no one to cheer me on.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not doing
it's-
special projects or...
That's what I'm saying. There's no feedback of hey, good job, or hey, thanks. It's just you and your fucking whatever you got going on.
And so...
Oh, burpee boys.
I just wasn't talking to anybody, but if I'm helping guests, I'd flip the switch and be like, "Oh, hi, how's it going?" All upbeat. But there was this one...
Hi, welcome back to Two Dudes Drinking Beer. How can
Yeah.
fuck, I'm sorry.
Everything's okay.
You just want these tampons and some Orbit gum? You got it.
But there was this one fucking lady, she was asking me for a price on an item, and she was like, "Can I get it was on a flower grow kit."
A flower grow kit?
Yeah, it's a flower pot. It has a bulb already in it. Not just seeds, but already pre-grown plant. All you have to do is just water it.
Dude, really?
Yeah.
People are getting that
Yeah.
lazy? What would you...
This is low effort.
What's the fucking point?
Speed up the process.
For what? Is it like a
They're flowers.
basil?
They're flowers.
All right.
I forgot what it was called. Let's just say geraniums. They're not geraniums, but I don't know. So I'm just using that. She was like, "How much do those cost?" and obviously I know what a geranium is. It's a flower. I know this. But the one she was asking for, I was like, what is that? And I was like, well, first she said, can I have the price on this? I said, yeah, sure. Let me pull out my scanner. So she was like, yeah. And I start walking in a direction, and she was like, yeah, I need the price on the geraniums. And I was like, what's a geranium? I was like, hold on, like, what is geranium? She was like, oh, you're a boy, you wouldn't know. And she's like, it's this flower pot. And I'm like,
why didn't you bring me that one?
I was like, cool, lady.
Oh, my bad, you're a woman, you wouldn't know.
I was like, first of all, why the fuck are you assuming I know what this flower I've never heard of is, where it is, what it looks like, or even just like I've never heard of it before. It was the first time.
It's not like you work at Home Depot in like the plant section either. It's like you work at fucking Target, like stocking shelves and like selling TVs.
I mean, it was in my area, but like I haven't. Shit happens in my days off, and if I don't have time to figure out what's
sometimes you just
on.
forget what the fuck a rose or a geranium is, you know?
Yeah, it started with an A. It was this weird flower I've never heard of.
Okay. Ambrosia.
No, but she was like, you wouldn't know. You
have a penis.
You're such a boy. And I was like, why'd you even...
Yeah, if you talk to my friends, they would disagree with you 100%.
Why'd you even assume I knew what it was in the first place?
Yeah.
I hate when people fucking do that.
Mm-hmm. And then they just fucking made it like a gender thing. Like...
Yeah, she made my already sour day more sour.
How early in the morning was that?
It's like 3:30 in the afternoon.
I think you said 3:30 in the morning. I was like, what is that bitch still doing in the store?
I was like 3:30 in the afternoon. So like, not like too early. Pretty late in the day for the bitch to be starting problems over flowers.
That's so shitty, man.
So I don't like when people assume that other people know things. Especially if it's like an uncommon thing.
Well, how about... I mean, I think it's safe to assume people don't know things, but when you throw it in their face, you know, because it's like whether it's gender or any other reason, it's just like, oh, you wouldn't know, you're a girl. Like, I've never said that. Like, I would never be like, hey, can you hand me the socket wrench? Oh, my bad, you're a girl, you don't know what a socket wrench is. I'd be like, oh, it's this one. Or I'd just fucking, like, if I'm asking you for a price check, I'd be like, what's the price on this one? I'd grab the plant. Like, was it too heavy to bring?
No, it weighs like 3 pounds.
Same thing, it's just a different name?
It's just a pot.
So, my first assumption as a customer, they're all the same price. I mean, I couldn't imagine
it wasn't listed, because it's in the area where there's no prices. But still.
For sure. There's a thorn in my sock. Nope, that's not a thorn. Oh, what is that? Oh, what? Oh, there's something in my fucking... Oh, what is that?
That's the foil from the champagne.
Oh, okay. No, you don't want that. You don't want to touch that.
You just
it goes 2 feet in front of you.
It at my feet.
Well, I don't know, man. Did you have it in stock? What was the issue?
They're on the floor. I don't like people assume that other people know things. And so, like, there's also the fine line between, like, explaining something and explaining it, like, too much, where, like, the person's like...
We'll just be a piece of shit about it.
Don't like talk down to me. Mm-hmm. And people like people want to be at the same level, but I asked her what is this, like twice. Mm-hmm. Like, okay.
Did you ask her what is this, and she handed you something? Or?
No, she pointed it out, and I was like, okay.
Which one?
Yeah, I was like, okay, like what is? I was like, hold up, like what is a geranium? Mm-hmm. She's like, oh, sorry, you wouldn't know. And I was like, okay, well, whatever. It's $10.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah, it's like a fucking...
$10 and... Oh, my God, come on.
It's a fucking flower pot. Like...
I mean, I was imagining, like, a $40 thing, and I was like...
$10.
I was like, all right, well, that's fair to price. Because if it's, like, $40 for, like, one... Because if it's a plant that grows itself, I'm like, all right, $40 for one, maybe $45 for the other, 50 for ones that are, like, a little more niche. But they're all, like, $10, bro. It's like...
$10.
Oh... Exact same price, right?
Yep.
So my first assumption was right.
It's not listed, but
she's a girl. She wouldn't get it. Like, just they're all the same.
Yeah. So, like, if you're trying to explain something to someone, like, how do you go about doing it in a manner that's not dickish?
I always stick to the whiskey example, bro. I think that's like a legendary a thing that we discussed, and I was super proud of being like, you know what? Don't say you're doing it wrong. Just say, have you tried it with ice? Or there's a way to go about it to not be a dick. And it's just like the way to not be a dick or a bitch in that situation is like, what is this? What do you mean? What is this? Like which box do I need to scan? You need to scan that one right there. That's how you go about it. I mean, that's as good as it can get, right? I mean, I couldn't imagine it being any better. Like it might not be a perfect exchange, but it's like if you don't know, you can't be held responsible for knowing everything in the store at all times. Like I imagine there'd be like tools in a tool section, like when we go to Pet Boys, and I was like, I need sockets, or I needed fucking fuses. I bought the wrong one of them. I bought the wrong the wrong wattage. So,
did you ask for help?
No, I didn't. But my point is, like, not everyone knows. Like, I thought it'd be as easy as going in and seeing something with 10 volts, but it was a different kind of plug. It was the right wattage, but it was the wrong like model or style or whatever for the fuse, so it didn't fit. But it's not like a big deal. Like if I asked for help and I was like, hey, I need it for this model car, I mean, I'm sure they could have got me the product, but I'm not going to go in there and be like, if you're standing in the aisle, I'm not going to be like, hey, what kind of fuse fits a Ford Mustang, and expect someone to just be like, these ones, because obviously there's different, types and models of fuses.
That's savant type shit.
That's what I'm saying, is like, for anyone to come down and be like, hey, you work here, you're in this aisle.
I'm not a florist.
Or whatever, is the same as me going to Pet Boys and being like, what kind of battery does my car need? And expecting them not to need to refer to the computer. Because you know how when you tell, like, make, model, year, all that kind of shit, like, that's...
shows them everything compatible.
Yeah, I mean, that's important, right? So it's like, you can't anticipate someone working at Pet Boys or Home Depot to know everything because they're in that aisle at the time you are, or they're in that section, for their shift. You can't just be like, well, he must know flowers. Target wouldn't be so irresponsible to place someone here who didn't know exactly what I wanted.
So let me ask you this.
But it's also... Sorry if I can cut you off real quick. Go ahead. It's also her not knowing her shit enough to be like, there's price checkers all around.
Yeah.
Like, there's, like, the stationary ones that are hung up, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, for her to do that, I always immediately think, I'm like, she's trying to do something, like, for your ego or, like, her ego and just feel good about herself or make you feel bad. Like, there's no way that's not intentional unless it was just like, oh, hey, while you're here, because you're right here in the vicinity, can you check this? Because otherwise, I think me and anyone, I'm assuming here as a man, I think me and anyone would just pick it up and be like, if I want to check the price and it's not listed, find the stationary ones. They're all over Target.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Our Copper Blues, you are the head audio dude. Mm-hmm. And you guys at one point hired some extra techs. Mm-hmm. Did they know anything about the field, or like what was their baseline?
Yeah, so
and if there was a baseline, how would you go about training them? Because if they were at nothing, like, you can't be like, you gotta like plug in the flux capacitor. Right?
Yeah,
you have to break it down.
Great question. Well, a lot of them are based off resumes, right? So when we were hiring people to be trained under me, I saw a few of the resumes, and a lot of the resumes are like, I'm very passionate about music and audio. I'm very passionate about this. My work history is Albertsons and Petco.
So no prior knowledge. So
it's like, you could be as passionate as you want, but if you don't have any hands-on skill, you're just not qualified. So the resumes were like, I worked at a college. I told them I took classes at Moore Park for it and shit like that. And then, I've worked with a ton of mixing boards and shit. So I was just like, I've worked with this board, and I think that was what kind of got me in the door. I was like, I've worked on a Behringer, it was a 32, and they had the compact 32. So it's the same exact board that, I happen to have already worked with. So that was really, really great. But, when someone gets hired, it's like you kind of have to know at least what you're doing. You have to have said like the minimum I would say is like, you know how I say I volunteered at the teen center and like set up dances and stuff.
Yeah.
I say the minimum is to be like a lackey in that sense of like, if you can't plug everything in, then you're fucked. Like, that is the bare minimum, because 90% of the job is plugging shit in and making sure it turns on. 90% of the job for sure is just that, you know.
Plugging it in all the way.
Yeah, yeah. Because I keep plugging my microphone in, and only the right channel works for those who don't see behind the scenes. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it is really just plug it in, make sure it works, make sure it's on, make sure it doesn't blow up. And
so all of them had like no prior knowledge.
No, everyone had. Some of them had way more knowledge than me.
Mm.
There was one guy we hired who was like in his 50s. He was saying he was super weird though. He's probably not coming back, but he had a ton of knowledge, but he was just like super weird, and like a lot of the things that they consider is just like how well they're gonna work with the team. So what they like to do is they like to hire a few people, and then like more than likely one of you is gonna quit. So it is what it is.
But as far as like how to do the job, if this 50-year-old dude who already knows like
that dude should know everything
knows
already.
lingo, you don't really have to be like, okay, you gotta do this, that, and that.
I do have to. So I have to show him like regulation
or like procedures,
like how we
like
do
using
things, yeah.
terminology.
Yeah, like everyone should know. Everyone should know what a volume fader. Like I'm not gonna tell them like this is how loud this should be or this is how loud this should be. I'm gonna be like, here's what we do: is like the band comes in, you greet the band, you ask them how many people are on stage, you ask them where they're gonna stand, and then you build the stage to that. Because a lot of people will come in late, you know. So it's like if they're late, ask where the lead guy is. If ask who's a necessity. Like I've started shows without a bass player before, a few times. Because the bass player would not show up. Like you can't start a show without a drummer unless like there's like few acoustic songs, right? So like I've definitely been like, all right, well your drummer's not here. You told me you had like 3 acoustics. Start with that because it's 30 minutes past starting time. Like I can't let you guys just chill here all night. And a lot of it's just like really managing bands and stage presence more so than how to operate the gear. Because, like you said, it's like if you don't know how to operate the gear, we don't really have time to sit down and tell you all that. But it's like if you do know the gear, then I can tell you how to interact with the bands. And, you know, I've worked with all the bands to where I hit a few bands 2 or 3 times a year, sometimes even more. And it's like, I know these guys are really cool. I know these guys are a pain in the ass. Avoid the drummer, avoid the, like, you know, you kind of get the gist. So that's the important knowledge to pass down more so than use this mic for this instrument or use this.
The technical. Yeah,
they should know that already. But a lot of it's always going to be like, hey, this band member's a dick. Hey, this band member stole something one time. Hey, it's more of like the people managing more so than the audio managing. And also just how to keep track of the gear, like, where to lock it up, because we have like mic lockers and boxes and iPads that we need to have not get stolen. So it's like how to keep inventory, essentially.
Yeah, I only ask because whenever I train people, it's very rarely I get people who have prior knowledge, which is I think is kind of ridiculous.
Well, it's like a entry level job, right?
Entry level. So if you're over the age of
16, we have to hire you.
You're either you don't have to. You either go into food or retail. And granted, if you've been into food, you don't know retail. But if you've been into retail and you're still in retail, and you're like 20 and you're working at Target, I really shouldn't have to explain everything.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like a lot of it's probably like you don't sit down and tell them how to interact with customers, but you probably should tell them. Like,
I do.
But you should. Don't. But you shouldn't have to. But you probably do tell them shit like, excuse me. Like you don't have to be like smile, be nice. That seems like shit if you don't pick up from retail and food for a few years. You're just an idiot, and you're probably just a piece of shit. Like you don't get it. But if you have to tell someone to be nice to customers, you're immediately wasting your time with that person, in my opinion. But it would be smart to be like, this is how we stock shelves. I don't have to tell you first in, first out, but if it's food, first in, first out.
We do first expired.
Sure.
It's the same shit.
Sure, but it's like it is your job to say like the policies, right? And it's like it shouldn't be my job to explain how the mixing board works and all that, but it's more so me like, hey, if shit goes wrong, this is probably what's gonna go wrong because this is what went wrong in the year I've been here, and this is how to fix it. And yeah, so as an engineer, it's like you got to tell them like, if this goes wrong, this is how to fix it. I don't think being at Target, it's like, if someone spills a milkshake, clean it up. Like, I don't think that I think that's pretty common knowledge, right?
Well, there is you can't leave it. You're not supposed to leave it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like, don't you also told me like there's something that like you need someone to like set up and like stand there while the other person cleans it.
Yeah, whoever finds it guards it and someone else cleans it.
Exactly. So it's like that's policy that you would need to explain. Because if I was brand new there, I'd be like, milkshake, run to get a mop. I wouldn't report it or anything because like working it in the food places that I've worked at, it's like if there's a spill, fucking clean it up and then go back to work. Like, don't think twice about it, but it needs to be cleaned. So like my old training from my old job, it just has a different policy or different
use
technique. Yeah, different ways of operation. It's day to day. So that's all you'd be in charge of, which is like really when you think about it, it's it. Like imagine like a stockbroker. You should know how to manage stocks and read stocks and do the homework for all the stocks. But the thing is like this client who works at this type of business usually has this type of personality. This is how you want to interact with them.
If I gave you a walkie-talkie, would you know how to use it?
Absolutely. I have walkie-talkies at work. Yeah. I don't use them because I'm not like in charge of like a lot of it's customer concerns. Like, hey, there's a woman at a bar yelling about like her bill, and like I'm not in charge of that, but like I have a walkie-talkie, and it's like if you need anything, let us know. It's like I won't. Over.
You'd be surprised at how many people don't know how to use a walkie-talkie.
It's push a button and talk.
Yeah.
Push a button, hold the button.
Yeah.
Do you have to teach them radio communications though? Like I know what I would like, because at Copper they have to use like they're like use the radio.
No, we don't do that.
Because they want
we use copy, but that's it.
Yeah, they say copy and all that.
That's it.
I was like geeking out over that. I was like, copy, and like I was joking around, and they're like, that's just kind of how we do it on like that just means reply, and I was like, oh, okay, over. Like I didn't know. I was like, I thought he was just like being funny, but like they want you to use the radio lingo.
Yeah, we try to keep chatter off of the main channel, so we usually switch to 2, 3, or 4. But people, they don't know how to turn them on, which is our specific ones.
Twist it.
Turn the volume knob.
Yeah, it's always that.
To one click and then turn it all the way up, because most of them are broken. They're not loud. People talk into the speakers. When the microphone's at the very top. It's rough. People,
because they go. The speaker is like a 3-inch speaker or whatever. They're like, hello, and it's like it's the hole on top is like a camera phone or something. Yeah. No, it is funny how that works, but that's why you always see them go like that. Well, I mean, people who know how to hit the mic, but yeah, man. I mean,
some people are just fucking dumb.
That shouldn't be like your problem though, right? Like release them into the wild, and then like if they come back stronger, you know, in the sense of like. They said the reason I was hired was because they're like, you can just be thrown in the fire and like you pass the test. Like the first 2 shows you ran by yourself. Like no one's really done that before without having to be like having their hand held. And that's what's valuable, right? And then I learned the bands and personalities later. So what you should do is just be like, hey, if you see a spill, guard it, radio it in, and let someone else clean it up. And then give them a radio, and if they're like, how do I use it? Be like, fuck off. Play with it. Because here's the thing. My dad was always like, you guys are so good at computers and technology, you guys know that shit, right? Like iPhones, like, how do you guys know that shit? And I was like, I honestly just keep pushing buttons until,
you get a result.
Yeah, when you're a kid and you don't have Facebook or Instagram installed, what are you going to do? You're going to go through the settings. You're going to go through the system preferences. You're going to be like, oh, I can modify this and change this and do this to make it how I want. And my dad's just like call, text, 2 buttons. He doesn't explore it. If you want to get to know something or play a video game, when people give me the controller, I'm like, don't tell me. Let me just feel it out. Because eventually, because I played games, it's like, okay, I just know this is probably punch. I know this is probably jump. It's like there's just kind of like a system to it, and you can either latch onto it and be like, okay, it's 1 or 2 buttons different. I will adjust. You know, it's like when your phone gets updated and you're like, where's my fucking apps? Or all of a sudden everything's different. But eventually you kind of just adjust, and then by the next update you're like, the last update was better, or you know.
I don't know. I don't think I can adjust because Call of Duty on the PlayStation, they use the bumpers. R1 is to shoot, and then
It's always been done on PlayStation.
I know, and on Xbox it's R2. So it's the
Technically, yeah,
it's the trigger,
that's the bottom one, yeah.
not the bumper.
Well, that's just the way the controller's built, is like, which is why I was tripping out on Madden when we played Madden, bro. Because on Ryan's PlayStation, it used to be to strafe is L1. And for Madden on his console, the PS4, is L2. And I was like, that doesn't even feel right, because it's like, I want to use this finger, and the way the controller's set up, it should be like that. But it makes you use this finger, and it's just like, it's weird because the way the controller is from the PS2 and 3 is different from the PS4. The PS4 wants you to favor the bottom ones.
The triggers.
They want you to figure the triggers instead of the bumpers. Yeah. So they want you to favor those, and I was like, I'm not a fan of that. It's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel right.
Triggers are the way to go.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is
I like the triggers because
it's because you like Xbox controllers.
I've come up with the triggers.
Mm-hmm. I get that, and I mean, I like how Xbox has those, like, kind of just right there, but that's the thing. Those bumpers aren't very, like, they're not necessary. Like,
there's a button configuration in Halo called Bumper and Jumper that uses the bumpers as the jump button.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the people who play, if you play with Bumper Jumper, you're a fucking psychopath. Way more than me.
Yeah.
That's so unnatural.
Yeah. What I'm saying, though, is those bumpers on Xbox, most Xbox games, they don't put, like, primary functions to those buttons.
Call of Duty is grenade and tactical grenade.
Yeah, which is like, you don't go around throwing 50 grenades a game.
Every time I respawn.
Well, okay, so once every time you die.
Right off the rip.
So what? Twice? You die twice? 3 times a game?
Like 16, depends.
All right, so you don't push the button a lot. But you do pull the trigger and jump and slide and move around a lot.
Yeah.
Whereas PlayStation has R1, the trigger for a gun, and you want to have your hand in that position all the time comfortably. Whereas Xbox would be like, there's like an adjustment you got to make. It'd just be weird. I don't know. That's on them, obviously, but I think it's a major design flaw in the PS4, which is why I hate the controller so much.
PS5.
We'll see.
Yeah, if one of us can get it, I'm not going to.
I think Ryan will get it.
Fuck that.
Ryan will be the first to get anything like video game related. He's always super savvy when it comes to that. I think he's had every game console probably ever.
I think he has an Atari.
He probably has like the $20 one where you plug in directly and has all the games preloaded.
That's not the same.
Atari's Atari.
That's not the same.
But I don't know.
When I was at work yesterday, I was filling pets and luggage, and when I was
with what?
I was putting the pets in the luggage.
Got it.
So when I was like stocking the suitcases, I was like stacking them on my vehicle, and I was thinking like, I think it'd be really fucking fun to work at an airport.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like loading all the luggage into planes and like just stacking them in an efficient way, playing Tetris in real life. But also like, it's probably a super chill job. At least working out on the tarmac. Like,
yeah, I don't think
fueling plane. Like if you're working in a restaurant and airport, fuck
that.
Fuck that. It's always busy. There's probably only 3 people working. People are fucking assholes.
Everyone complains about the price because everything's way more expensive in the airport. I've always heard someone scream at someone about, why is it so much more expensive at an airport?
Convenience.
Well, because where the fuck are you gonna go? Where the fuck are you gonna go? You're gonna leave an hour before your plane goes to get some fucking Arby's before a flight? I doubt it. Stay here and pay an extra $3. Sorry, sir.
There's also a ton of language barriers if you're at an international airport.
What do you mean?
You got people coming from all over the world. So if you got someone from like Italy, they might not know English and they're trying to order from you, and you're like, I can't do this. Even at fucking
no meat, chicken burger, no meat,
yes.
Chicken burger.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Even doing it at Pizza Hut was hard, and that was fucking easy. So like I think I would love working at an airport outside the airport on the tarmacs.
No, totally.
Whether it be driving luggage. Because I see like TikToks or videos of them just fucking around.
They think I fueled the plane when they'll find out halfway over Delaware. Oh, wait, maybe that's not funny.
They will make it halfway past Kansas.
No, those are the jobs too, because it's like when you're a janitor, or just like you just have the cleaning duty of the day, you know, you're just like, you're not really in charge of people or anything. It's just like
you're just doing your task.
Yeah, just do this one thing, get it done. There's no real rush to it, but like, you know, I haven't ever like traveled with anything other than a carry-on. So I don't know if people like, I bet you some people probably travel with a lot of shit.
Some of them are fucking heavy.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever been like, wow, this is taking forever, and been like, well, it's not me, it's just whoever's loading the plane. It's always just been like, just fucking, this is how it is. Like,
it's like a lot of factors, but I don't know. I don't work in an airport. Maybe one day, Raul, let's go to the airport.
I could actually see that.
Raul would probably have a lot of fun.
Raul would fucking fit in, bro.
Driving the tuk-tuks.
Waving
the planes.
He'd do the fucking do the dancing. He's on
purpose.
Everyone's Vine, probably. He's like, okay, Southwest, American Airlines. Now kiss. Oh shit, maybe that's not funny. I don't care.
Playing rock, paper, scissors with the people at the windows.
Yeah. Raul would totally be that guy.
That's his next move. Just go to Burbank or LA if you want. It's farther.
He'd have to go to, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I could even see him because he always wears the shorts for FedEx. So it's like I see him in the shorts and the uniform already, like running back and forth.
And the high vis vest.
Yeah.
He basically already does it.
I could totally see that, actually. That's hilarious.
Or we'll consider it. I'll be your job scout.
Be agent.
So, I mean, I think that's like my dream go-to job, assuming like...
That's your dream go-to job?
Yeah, like if...
Airport baggage loader?
Yeah, working in an airport.
How do you even...
Besides like...
Hey, can I buy your drink? Sure. What do you do for a living? I'm a model, I can tell. What do you do for a living? I have a lot of baggage.
I load airplanes.
I load airplanes. I don't know, yeah.
I work at an airport.
I run real hard, real fast.
So assuming like if I were to get fired from Target for whatever reason,
why? You could just quit Target and move on.
If I quit from Target, if I'm done with Target,
if you get a good airplane opportunity,
if I live
baggage,
if I live next to an airport, I think I would have a lot of fun.
You live right next to a fucking airport.
This is different. It's
not
like
shit. If I ever lived close to an airport, blah.
That's way different. That's probably harder to get into.
Oh, I'm sure, but based on what you said, it's hard to not take advantage of that.
If I live next to an international airport, farther away.
Okay.
I think that's what I would do. What would you do?
As a job?
Yeah.
If I lived next to an airport?
No, just like no music, like...
We've talked about this. I don't know.
No plans.
Here's
airport.
Here's the thing. If there was... Okay, so if it wasn't like being a recording engineer, because that's kind of just... Well, I mean, audio engineers is like live music, and this is coming off. Shit.
Oh, it is? Oh yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, mine came off yesterday too.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you do this? Did you break mine?
No, just push it in. Push, push, push. Well, there goes the fucking audio.
That's fine. That's good to know, actually, because sometimes you want to sing without these on.
Or you just put the other one on.
Oh, yeah, huh? Yeah. Oh, yeah, so it's definitely made to do that.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. I don't know. Like, if it wasn't recording, I'd try and do...
Completely different field. No sound.
We did talk about this. I don't remember what I said last time. I know it was a good answer, though.
Something new. Because I'm going from retail to airport.
Oh, I said writer. I said I'd be a writer or something.
That's fucking boring.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I'd like to get maybe into... Yeah, if it wasn't writing, like, screenplays or movies or something, I'd probably like to be an actor or something artistic.
Yikes. Autistic?
Yeah, I got that locked down, buddy.
Nice.
I don't know. I'd like to stay in the arts, maybe. Be a... Probably something in movies or TV.
Airport baggage loader.
I love how different our fucking goals are.
I
want to be a rapper and do music forever. I work at Target, and I'm happy. If I couldn't work at Target, I would love to work at an airport loading people's baggage onto the plane. If I couldn't rap and do music forever, I would probably want to be a movie star. What the fuck, man?
I'm a simple man with simple pleasures.
I guess so. And I'm a complicated man with fucking dreams way too high. Way out of my league.
Yeah.
Well, shoot for the stars, because if you fail, you land on a cloud, you know?
You don't land on clouds. You fall through clouds.
No. We just... You gonna tell me this after watching One Piece, and they're in Skypiea right now? You really gonna take that stance, mister? This is my third favorite arc?
A cartoon.
Yeah, and I could have wrote that cartoon.
Also, 3 out of 6. So...
That's what I said, your third favorite.
I know, out of 6.
So... The middle.
It's not that good.
No, 6 is not that good. 3 is like... 3's the bronze medal, motherfucker. Like... How could you say 3's not that good if it made your top 6? Most people have a top 10. You have a top 6.
They all make the top 6. There's all I'm at yet.
Oh, well... I didn't know that. There's a lot of episodes you've seen. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm almost at the time skip.
I don't know how that breaks down, but I get that.
Neither do I.
All right.
But...
Well, if I knew that, that'd have been different, but...
No. Out of the 6 I've seen, that's number 3.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, so... Alright.
There's not 6 total arcs.
I thought you've seen like 10 and like you only like 6 of them.
No. Hold on. Give me a sec. I gotta carry the show on my back.
Yeah, I don't have anything written down.
Never do. My next note and my final note is that having more than 3 kids is irresponsible. And here's why.
Okay, just look at me like that when you say that. That's cool. That hurt.
We're having a conversation.
Yeah,
Here's why I think having
I'm getting a lecture.
More than 3 kids is irresponsible. You have 0 kids.
I swear to God, Alec, if you don't wear a condom, you're just going to perpetuate the stereotype that... Go ahead.
I think it's irresponsible. It's okay, so I'm not going to say it's okay if they're like a year apart or all the same age. I think it's worse if it's like 2 or 3 year gaps in between. This is not directed towards your family at all.
I feel like you got something to say.
It's not.
I feel like you got something to say.
This is coming from work. Because everybody brings their fucking clans to Target.
Their what?
Their clans. Like,
what?
Your family household. Like,
just say that.
It's their clan, you know?
No, no one says that.
Konohagura is strong.
That's not going to catch on. Don't make that catch on. Don't let that catch on.
That's just the Leaf Village. Konohagakure.
Okay. But no one's going to call their family the clan. That's fucking... Do you see the issue with that?
Yeah, it's fucking funny. Everybody brings their whole fucking team to Target.
Uh-huh.
And it's like...
Like their friends and family to work there?
No, just like...
Just a shop?
Just a shop. And our demographic, right next to Oxnard. A lot of Mexicans. Mexicans have big families. Nothing wrong with that. Do what you want. But like... Let the kids stay home. Because they bring like 4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
And the parents don't give a fuck.
Just running around.
Kids are just running wild. And... I don't know what fucking people like why they do this, but they walk all in a line down the aisle, and I'm trying to go through with shit doing my job.
And they're all four of them walking like the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like they're fucking, we're here to save the day. And their kid's like knocking shit off the shelf. And you're like, excuse me. And he's like, sup, fool?
I keep going and I make them move, but.
Well, yeah, bro, you can't go around them if they're taking up the whole aisle.
Yeah, it's. I think it's irresponsible to have more than 3 kids because it's impossible to keep control of. Someone's going to get in trouble and break shit. And if they're too old, the older kids aren't going to give a fuck, and the younger kids will try to get the attention of the older kids, and then fights happen. If they're all the same age, at least when they're young, then it gets worse. Because they're all liking the same things, and then they all start yelling at the same shit.
They all poop their pants at the same time is what you're saying.
They're all synced. But like...
They're like, if he cries and poops his pants, oh, he cried and pooped his pants.
It's just a trigger in the back of their head. It's like the secret word.
Mob mentality.
I don't know. I experience families, huge families, all shopping at the same time. I don't know why they just can't let either their kids stay at home. I mean, I didn't really have that luxury either. My mom dragged me to the grocery store. I didn't want to go. I don't need to be there. I'm not adding anything to this trip. I'm not.
Well, if they didn't take you, who's gonna ask for cookies in the?
I didn't. I never fucking said anything.
I was always that. If you need me, I'll be at the toy aisle. Bye. I was that kid. I was like, while you're doing your shopping, I'm gonna go look at candy. I'm gonna look at toys, and if you want to buy me any, that'd be great. Have a nice day. And my dad would just shout through the store, like, we're going! I'd run him. Dad, can I get some fucking Oreos? Look, they come in a little snack size little bag. Put it down. Fine! And I'd steal Starbursts.
You just admitted to a crime.
Yeah, and I'd do it again. Still do. I'm being honest. Those Thin Mints don't come cheap.
Thin Mints? Girl Scout cookies?
No, what are those other ones?
York peppermint patties?
Yeah. My dad called them Thin Mints. They're mint. They taste minty and they're thin.
The chocolate mints, yeah?
Yeah. York peppermint patties.
Yeah.
Steal those shits.
It's pretty fucking good. I see why.
There's no bulge in the pocket either, so it's like...
It's flat.
Yeah.
Nice. That's not like... You can't steal like a tube of mini M&Ms.
No, they'd be like, is that a dick or a hot dog container? And you're like, oh, please, if it was a hot dog container.
I like how you called it a hot dog container.
Well, if you cleared all the M&Ms, it's now a hot dog container.
Because there's enough room for one hot dog.
Depends on the dog, but yeah.
Yeah, just the standard regular dog.
Yeah.
Not the 1 pound beef hot dogs.
Nice little 1/4 pound dog, though. You get 1/4 pound dogger in there.
The pork and chicken dogs.
Yeah. The bologna turkey ham dogs from the dollar store. Yep, those will fit right in there.
Point is, either train your kids right.
Yeah, that's what it is. Not raise them.
No,
don't raise those motherfuckers. Just hit them, spray them with a water bottle. Whatever you got to do to make them act right.
Train them correctly. Obedience training.
Listen to our podcast. We tell you how to raise your kids.
Hey!
God damn it! Joshua told me I need to get you trained right. I know you want to act like a big man, but you're only 7, and you got to do what I say.
I will not be held responsible for anything that happens to anyone's child after listening to this show.
Hell no. If you hit your kids, that's on you. We just appreciate it.
Discipline your children, yes. Whether it be physical.
How are you going to discipline your children? Are you going to spank them, time out? Are you going to publicly shame them?
Make them walk naked through the streets.
Are you going to like shave their head and send them to school?
I would never do that.
You going to shoot their Xbox and post it online?
Maybe. If that was like...
You do that?
If it was like 2004 again.
If they're like, Dad, fuck you, I'm doing what I want, and you're like, I said...
I'll beat the shit out of them.
Go to bed. And they're like, fuck you! you!
I'll just turn off the whole power.
Fuck you!
Turn off the power to the house.
Fuck you!
I'll make you go to sleep.
Fuck you! I hate you, Dad! That Xbox is getting 9mm all across it.
They will know fear.
They will know they fucked up. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, you see those... I think I shared one of the videos in the chat recently. I was like, yo, this kid's fucking talking shit to his mom, and she's like, it's 11 o'clock, turn off the games. And he's like, I'm almost done. And she's like, no. Like,
Oh, the Grand Theft Auto clip?
yeah, and she's like, no, just turn it off. And he's like, I said I'm almost done. Right there, bro. Right there. I said I'm almost done. Over for me. Lights out.
I mean, I would just know which, like, breaker is theirs and just turn it off.
Mm-hmm. Would you like... Because here's the thing. I'd be like, fuck it. Like, I'm taking it. Like, it's gone. You're going to go to school, and when it's unguarded, it's getting in an attic. You're not going to find this shit.
I'm good at hiding things.
So...
Still can't find my social security card. It's like day 23.
Are you good at hiding it then, or you're just... It's good at hiding from you?
I'm really good at hiding it.
Did you hide it so no one would steal it?
No, I hid it. I hid it from myself.
Just test yourself.
I'll find it one day. It's in this
Just
house.
get a new one.
Yeah, I don't need to right now.
Damn.
I don't need it for anything, but if I do, I'm fucked.
Who are you? I'm Josh. Do you have a birth certificate?
Yes.
I do. Show me. It's not on me. Blah, blah.
There's a copy over there.
Where? Turns back around. Josh is gone. Well, we know you can't flee the country. Not without a birth certificate.
It's a good thing I have a passport.
Oh, yeah, I guess you already have the passport. But that's only good for like a year or so.
It's like 10 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Motherfucker, that lasts longer than a license.
If you're like a minor, it's 5. But you have 10 years to renew it or some shit.
Damn.
Yeah. Otherwise, you have to go through the whole process again. Of
That's a
like
trip.
applying for it.
I must have had mine at one point for the trip to Mexico.
Mexico's like, you don't really need a passport, but it's like recommended.
It's okay.
Because if they let you go across, they might not let you come back.
I'm pretty sure I could get back.
I don't know.
Hi, I'm American. I don't believe you. E equals MC squared. What do you want, bro? Oh, he's from California. Let him through.
I don't know. See, if I worked at that, like the checkpoint,
The border.
I'd be a piece of shit.
Why?
Cause fuck you. You don't have the proper documentation going in. Fuck you. You're not coming back. We don't need you.
What if you had it going out, but you lost it coming in? There's got to be, what's it called?
I never forget a face.
Sure, but you forget where you put your fucking
That's
social
different.
security
There's
card.
no face on that.
There is, and you should know that.
There
if
is
you
no
get
face on a social security card.
Whose face is on the dollar bill?
George Washington.
But you can't remember the face on the social security card?
Because there is no face on the social security
You're
card.
not working hard enough.
Okay, subliminal. Hey, what's up, lizard people? Found out your secrets.
No, they know. Did you hear about the monoliths?
The one that was found in Utah?
But there was another one, I think today in Romania.
No idea. I didn't hear about that. I didn't even hear about the first one. I just saw it. Like, it's gone.
Yeah, apparently one happened. It happened in Utah. There was a mysterious monolith, and then it was gone like the next day.
Sounds like an art stunt.
It is what I read online. But the next, like, a day or two later, it was like in Romania, and we'll see if it's gone tomorrow.
Someone takes it to an airport, and me loading their luggage, like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Could you imagine? Hey, this fucking monolith.
This fucking aluminum monolith.
That's great. That'd be so fucking great. Could you imagine all the people who actually work at like LAX or whatever who transported that shit, and they're like, "Where's this shit going? Pff, Romania? Whatever. Get it on the plane."
Cool.
That's great.
I wouldn't be the people at the airport that go through people's luggage and steal shit.
Yeah, I'd fucking hope not.
Because
That's illegal.
oh, it is. It's illegal. Stealing in general is illegal. Mr. Starbursts.
Illegal. Thin mints. Peppermint patties. What are they?
You said you stole Starbursts too.
would steal Starburst, but that's because they're... You can hide them behind your hand. There's no bulge underneath the hand. We have them patties like, and then no hands in my pockets. Nothing. If my hands aren't in my pockets, there's nothing in my pockets.
I always feel suspicious when I walk up to the CVS counter because I have my hands in my pockets. On the days that you buy, that we go, so I'm just standing there, my hands in my pockets, and I feel suspicious, even though there's nothing in there.
I still get weirded out walking into a gas station. On the way to Ryan's house, he's like, pick up beer, and I stopped at like a gas station. They didn't sell any beer. And I walked in, and I looked around, and I walked back out, and I was like, man, that was probably the sketchiest thing I've done in like a year.
Man, our anxiety's crazy like that. It's like, you walk in somewhere, you're not doing anything wrong, but you think, like, you walk out and it's like...
And part of me is anticipating, like, if they come out and yell at me, I want to be like, I didn't, what? I didn't do anything.
Like, I don't have anything, but the fucking... The metal detector...
The alarm.
Goes off, and you're like, huh, what?
Or in the Moore Park Library, you're like, why would I steal a book? I swear.
Yeah, that shit was broken, though.
It was random, yeah. It
you
was
have headphones
so
in, walking in, and it like zerps it. Yeah, those shits are fucking weird. I'm low-key excited to go to the Channel Islands Library. Apparently it's huge.
Beer me!
Finally.
Sorry, I'm taking it pretty slow.
You usually do.
Well, you said your goal is to go as fast as possible, so one of us has to be the voice of reason. Refreshing, tart, Nordic fruit.
No funny biz. It's actually really good. I really like this.
It is pretty good. This is going to be the benefit of not going to CVS because it's going to be all like craft beers.
Pretty much from here on out. Until we run out of Bevmo stuff. They're always getting new shit, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And even then, it's like, we'll figure it out. Yeah. But, yeah, it's pretty good. It is going to be really hard to find a beer that we don't like because...
I'm sure we'll pick some, like, if we just feel like that one.
That's what we've been doing.
I mean,
we don't know any of these.
I saw strawberries, and I really like strawberries.
Yeah, it is super fruity, which is nice.
So, I think we'll find some bad ones. But, I mean, so far...
Do you think it's going to be like...
we're 3 for 3.
Yeah. Do you think it's going to be like we find a bad one that's like... Because so far it's been like... I chose 2 blonde ales or whatever by chance. Or I chose 2 ales, rather. One of them was blonde ale. But and then this one's like a lager.
Lager.
Do you think it's going to be like a certain type of beer that's a craft beer that you find we don't like?
It'll just be a combination.
Yeah.
Because, like, I like IPAs, but there's some that they're just, like, too...
Yeah, I get that.
They're too much.
IPAs are pretty hit and miss. Like, you have to like IPAs to even want to try new IPAs. It's like, if you find one you like, people usually be like, I'll stick with that.
Yeah. It's hard to branch out with those.
But, like, yes, like Space Dust, Mind Haze, all great IPAs, but it's like, you gotta want an IPA.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the thing, like, you're not always in the mood for an IPA.
For a fucking 8% beer.
Yeah, you're not always in the mood for that. And these are even pretty, 5.2, these are pretty standard.
Yeah.
Pretty standard beers. But IPAs are like 8 to 11, 12 even, and it's like always going to be that high alcohol content, so.
What was that fucking 15% beer that Oscar brought here? That stout that we all tried?
Yeah, I don't remember the name of it.
That was intense.
That was pretty crazy.
But, I mean, it's a stout. No offense, like, Oski, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Stouts aren't my thing.
Yeah. I remember the first time I tried a stout, I went to Brendan's here with Ryan.
Was it Guinness?
It was Guinness, and
gross.
We both ordered a Guinness because we wanted to try Guinness, and I took a sip, and it was like just coffee as fuck.
Was it with nitro?
I don't know.
Probably not.
But I tried it, and I was like, this is gross, do you want it? And he's like, yeah. So he drank 2 Guinnesses, and I had like a Bud Light. I was like, dope. Drinking's hard.
Yeah.
Drinking's hard for new people. I don't like it.
I went to Buffalo Wild Wings once with my old roommate, and he got a Guinness right off the bat, and I was like, dude, that's
gross.
It's fucking gross.
You gotta be in the... That's the thing, like, if me being me has to be in a mood for a type of beer to go with, like, a burger, or, like, you know, sometimes you just want, like, an 805 with a burger, sometimes you want a Budweiser.
Water.
Yeah, but if you get, like, if you get tacos, you gotta have, like, a Corona or Pacifico. You gotta have like a Mexican beer. You gotta it's gotta fit the theme. But like to fucking get a stout, bro,
with a meal.
Like unless it's like a a dessert beer. You know, they get like people get like cups of coffee like after dessert or whatever.
Irish car bombs.
Yeah, there's gonna be something, but like, I couldn't imagine ever just being like, you know what would go great with these chicken wings? Some coffee flavored beer.
Yeah,
that sounds fucking horrendous.
It's like a whole different kind of adult.
Yeah, it's like I only wear blue jeans kind of adult. You know what I'm saying?
Double denim.
Yeah, Duluth. Those motherfuckers over there.
Duluth actually has some pretty nice shit. It's just fucking expensive.
I know, but like, I imagine people who are like getting out of a tractor or like a plumbing business being like, I'll have a coffee and a beer. No, just put the beer and the coffee together. You got a Guinness? I'll take a Guinness. Duluth. Man pants.
Same thing with the Carhartt brand.
Go ahead.
If you go to Big Five, it's the little square box with like the yellow curve. I always think it's the Crunchyroll logo. Let me pull it up for you for a visual reference.
Akadaki.
I keep closing this tab and I don't want to because it's my fun facts.
I was eating some Taco Bell last night and I was like, I got a ton of Taco Bell because I just like to fucking gorge on Taco Bell.
Same, dude.
And I'm like looking for a movie and I'm like, I want to find something just like funny. And I clicked on the fucking
what's this brand?
The comedy. Never seen that before.
You've never seen this? They
No, and I basically grew up in a Big Five. And I clicked on the comedy tab, bro, and the first thing I saw was fucking Borat with like face masks bikini on. You see his like bulge and like the nipples going through like the face mask, and I was like, I'm not hungry anymore. I'm gonna watch something else. I'm not feeling like I'm in a laughing mood all of a sudden.
Borat's so good though.
It was good, but it was like I was like, I'm in the mood to laugh, and then it's just like face mask over Sacha Baron Cohen's pubes, and I was like, I'm not really hungry.
And that's the Crunchyroll logo. So every time I see the Carhartt logo, at first glance, I think it's a Crunchyroll
I can see that
logo.
Yeah,
but like Carhartt is this brand, or it's like, I mean, they sell it in Big Five, so that's like already pretty sporty, huntery. But
outdoorsy.
Yeah. And it's like, there's a meme where it's like, if you're forklift certified or wannabe, you wear a Carhartt beanie.
It's kind of like being a PE teacher. You probably just wear Oakleys.
Yeah. Bro wants to get
By the way, you still have the face for Oakleys.
I know.
You have the face of the gym teacher from South Park.
I fucking hate it.
100%. You have the fucking face for it, bro. Turn into it, embrace it, enjoy it, live your life.
Give me a pair of Oakleys for Christmas.
Be a PE teacher. No, I'm not getting anyone anything for Christmas.
I got your Christmas gift. I'll be here next week.
No.
Yes.
Go up.
Yeah, go up in the amount of days that it's going to take to get here.
Cool.
Next week.
What's your favorite Christmas present that you've ever gotten since we're talking about Christmas?
My least favorite one.
Nope.
It was either for Christmas.
We're trying to spread positivity.
Or my birthday.
We need the Lord in this house.
My dad.
Devil.
My dad got me a nose hair trimmer.
That's badass. My favorite. I
was a kid.
You'll grow into it.
He was like, use this, and I was like, I don't want to.
You probably asked for something gay, like a fucking.
I was a kid.
Yeah, so you probably asked for some gay shit.
Microsoft
your dad was
points.
Like, you were like, I want to build a bear.
No.
Gift card.
No.
they're like, son, we know you're 7, but you're not gonna get any pussy.
The only
with
time,
a Build-A-Bear in your bed.
The only time I've ever been to Build-A-Bear, besides one time, I went with a girlfriend on a date.
Gross.
So 2 out of 3 times.
I had a
the
girlfriend.
The other one time was at Disneyland with my family.
I had a girlfriend who wanted to go to Build-A-Bear for a date one time too, and I was like, "Is it though?"
Yeah, it's a fun like 15 minutes.
It's like a weird like, let's spend $60 and have a fake fur baby.
$60. You can get one for cheaper than that.
Yeah, but I mean,
that's
like this bitch wanted like voice recording, the sailor outfit, the fucking what's the chola tattoo down the side of stitches. She wanted the whole thing. She's like, it'd be like $60 to $80 maybe, but it's like it'd be a good present for me. I'm like,
also the one you pick depends on that too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got like Pokemon like now. They get like a Pikachu. That shit's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just heard some of them are real expensive.
Yeah. You get the heartbeat, and it's kind of weird. Because you're bringing this.
Oh yeah,
thing to
you
life.
actually yeah, that's the thing. They cut it open and they put like a heart in it,
heart
and then
that
they sew it back
pulses.
up.
Yeah, it's kind of.
No, yeah, man, that's weird to me. Like, I don't. First of all, I don't think that'd make a romantic gift at all. Like, I'd rather just get you pregnant. Like, let's just have a baby. If you want a fucking fake baby, we could buy a dog. If not, I'm just gonna not wear a condom, and we're gonna dive into parenthood together. Here we go.
You already do that anyway.
Yeah, I know, but I pull out,
Oh, okay.
so it's all good.
You know that's an unreliable method, right?
Worked so far.
So maybe you're sterile.
So what you're saying is I should leave it in next time and see what happens.
Yes.
Okay.
Trial and error.
The conversation that follows.
I was just trying to.
Hey, so my friend Josh
I just wanted to see if I was sterile or not.
said that I was sterile. Oh, is he a doctor?
No.
No, not in the least bit. We drink together on the internet show we have, but
He's a business student.
but he said the best way to see if I was sterile was just to not pull out.
It is actually.
And it turns out I'm not. So you want to, just you want to go a few rounds? I don't know. Bodies.
Next day shipping that shit.
Jesus, that'd be a weird conversation. Just the fact that, like,
I'm sure you can take like a test at a doctor's office.
I'm sure I could. I'm sure my semen's just fine. I come from a long lineage
You
of
never know.
Bardones who just lots of semen. Just it's a lot.
Gallons.
It's a lot. I think anything below like 300,000 specimen is considered what's it called?
Infertile.
Yeah, there's a word for it though. Sterile.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. The word is sterile, and if it's under if you ejaculate less than 300,000 specimen of sperm in your semen, then it means you are not likely to have a kid because the female body fights off all the sperm,
Yes.
and it'll more than likely fight off easily 300,000. So when you bust a nut, you have to have over like
3,001.
at least. Yeah.
300,001
Mhm.
cummies.
Could you imagine being the guy who's like counting the wiggly worms and you're just like, all right, down a little. I lost count. Go back up. 17, 18, 19, 20,
See,
21,
what they do is, those ticket counters at like Chuck E. Cheese? They got,
Yeah.
like the one where you feed the tickets in.
you just ejaculate into a vacuum. It's like calculating. Beep, boop.
There's a really small
301,000. You are not sterile.
There's a really small one.
Go get them, tiger.
They just go straight through it.
Like a vacuum?
It's
It's
a
like,
little tiny machine.
are you saying they feed it through a fake vagina and they just like ticket counter it?
That's how I would do it.
They automate. I mean, it would be smart.
NASA, hire me.
Hear that idea?
I'll work at the airport division.
Yeah.
The fucking rocket's landing.
Josh,
Come on.
Josh,
You got some room.
can you load this bag onto the spacecraft? Sure thing. Thanks. You're fired. What? We only have one bag. We're going to space for a week, bro. It's not gonna.
They close the door. I'm still in there. No suit. Oh, God. We're fucking going to space.
We'll remember him. He was a brave soul. The best bag loaded boy we ever had at NASA.
The only one.
Like, how great would that be? That's a comedy skit right there. It's like Russia sends up a dog and chimpanzee into space. We send a bag boy. Just fucking. What was he? Oh, he wasn't qualified. Oh, but a dog and a chimpanzee are. Shut the fuck up. He's got thumbs.
He just kind of showed up.
Yeah, we just took volunteers. We'll see if he survives. Could you imagine
We don't even know his name.
being that dog on that spaceship, tail between your legs?
He probably had a toy.
I hope he better have. He better have all the
His
toys.
skeleton's floating around in space.
I bet his name was Oh, buddy. Here's to Astro. I just named him Astro.
Do you think Air Bud's based off true story?
Words hard. I do not. Do you? Do you want it to be?
I want it to be.
Do you think 17 again is based off a true story?
No, it's like Freaky Friday. That's impossible. I still need to see that one movie with Catherine Newton and Vince Vaughn.
What movie did we talk about last time? That we wanted to see and then we didn't. I was like, we should watch this. It's a good movie.
Dude, I barely remember this morning, so
That's sad.
I know.
This day has seemed to go by way faster than most of the other ones lately.
It's because I took
Not
a
a lot.
test. You're gonna have to give me more context than that.
I mean, we probably just need to watch the episode. I don't remember what it was though.
Which episode was it? Was it the last one?
Yeah, the Monday one.
We talked about a movie.
Almost threw up.
I threw up.
Master Chief, why are you in the infirmary?
I threw up.
I threw up.
I love those. I love those videos.
Were you one of those kids who was like a vomiter?
No.
And I was.
No, the only thing I ever did in like school was I pissed myself once, and that's
The fuck? That's even worse.
that's it.
At least my shit got on people. What?
Mine was just in my chair.
Yeah, mine was all over a group desk. There was fucking collateral damage, bro.
But I like how there are those memes, like those TikToks, where it's like, isn't it wild? Like there was just that random period of time where
Kids would just randomly throw up.
yeah,
I was one of those kids who would just randomly throw up.
after like recess or some shit.
Mm-hmm. That was me. I remember I stood up one day. I was like, and I stood up, and my teacher, Miss Jackson, the one who put me in special ed, was like, "Alec, what's wrong?" And I was like, just all over the desk. And she's like, "Get the fuck out! Grab a trash can!" So I did, but it was all gone. It was all. I didn't have to throw up anymore.
And they bring out the wood chips, the cat litter.
Coffee, ground coffee.
Oh, they use that there.
Well, I don't know, but I know that's what we use at the bar, and it works really well.
There's a lot of things you can use.
Mm-hmm. Anything that just absorbs.
Yeah. My first day of like kindergarten, actually got to stay home because the air conditioner was broken. So my parent, whoever dropped me off, I don't remember.
My parent,
One of them.
parent A or parent B.
They were like, "Oh, like what do you want to do?" And I was like, "Just go home." Also, at that same place,
You have the opportunity to go do whatever you want with your parents instead of go to school, and you're just like, nothing.
yeah, I was a born kid because I had Nintendo.
You also had a fucking potato gun.
I built that here. It's also illegal.
Illegal.
It's classified as a cannon. Besides the point,
You don't have it anymore, so it's fine.
allegedly.
That's what I'm trying to do.
At that same kindergarten, no one believes me, but I flipped a swing all the way around.
Yeah, it's not hard.
While you're on it,
You're full of shit.
it happened.
You're full of shit.
No, no
Have
one
you
believes
seen-
me.
Have you seen the Mythbusters episode on that? You have to be
I
going.
watch TV.
Well, you fucking should because you're living in a fantasy world in
What?
your head. You didn't flip a swing around the bar. I promise you.
Pretty sure I did.
No, you didn't.
Landed face first.
I think your dumbass just went vertical, and then did a backflip off because you didn't know how to keep your balance, and you fucking went face first. You're like, "Durr! Oh, did you guys see that? I went around. I swear." And then like you landed on your fucking face.
Oh, no one that went there with me I know currently. So,
All right, so here, let's work this out real quick.
okay.
You're going on a swing,
Yes,
and you're coming over, right? You go up and around. You hit the 90-degree vertical,
I went back.
the 180 rather. You say you fell right here, face first,
Yeah. I went. Whoop, whoop.
backwards.
Yeah.
Wait, you did it going. You came.
If I'm facing this way, I went going back and forward.
No, you fucking didn't.
That's how I remember it.
Kids are stupid,
Kids are stupid. I agree. But
and you were a stupid ass kid.
so were you. You were in special ed.
Yeah, I was a stupid preteen and young adult.
You also
I was in special ed for a long time.
Threw up. I never did.
That doesn't mean you can do a fucking flip on a swing. And
I'm built different.
no, you're not.
No. See, that's why I always preface with no one believes me. But I did
because it's not possible.
I did it.
It's not even unbelievable. It's not possible.
Mm-hmm.
The Mythbusters did a special on it, bro. And
Not everything they do is right.
Okay, but Mythbusters did a special on it, and they needed rockets. Rockets.
I don't think maybe I had rockets on my
They
swing.
needed rockets to get enough speed continuously to even go around it. Not like perfect chains,
How
whatever.
much weight was on the swing?
Probably a small child.
How much weight is that?
Okay, so here's the thing. The argument is moot because the physics would still be the same whether you're an adult or child, because a child wouldn't have the force that an adult would have to get around the bar. So a child could never do it.
Kids are pretty strong. Ever like felt like a kid's grip on, like a baby's grip on your finger?
How often are you around babies telling them to grab your finger?
I had baby I have baby cousins.
Pull my finger.
You've also just never seen a baby and then you put your finger next to it and then
No, because it's a fucking someone's baby.
Obviously in your family that you're related to.
Hi, can I put my finger next to your baby? I just want to see how strong he is.
It's also like one of the cutest things ever. When a kid just grabs your finger.
You know what else is also really cute? When children lie about doing shit. Hey, remember that time I went all the way around a swing and landed on my face?
Okay, well, honesty is my number one policy.
Well, and you're telling a big ass lie.
That's how I remember it.
It doesn't matter how you remember it because it didn't happen that way.
I don't know. We're gonna need to go into some fucking Assassin's Creed shit. Go into my memories.
Dream Corp LLC.
No.
You can record dreams.
I don't know what they do, but
They record dreams.
oh, okay, cool. I'm thinking about Assassin's Creed. You go into memories and fucking kill people. You ever played Assassin's Creed?
I have. It sucks.
Depends on which one.
Oh, whatever one I did was the time traveling one, and it
They're
was
all
like
time traveling ones.
really.
Yes.
It's all super clunky, and
yes, they all are. That's bad. But
I don't like it. It's impossible to run. I don't like it.
I think they're cool.
Oh
I
my
like the
God.
history.
I mean, I'm sure the history's. Oh, hello. Oh, it's off camera. No one sees it.
Woo!
Everything's normal over here.
Alec broke the couch.
Beep boop. No one can see. These are pretty good beers.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't even call these lagers at this point. I mean, like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I thought it was hilarious. You're like, yeah, yeah. And then in my head, I was like trying not to spit up, and I was like, why do you sound like a fucking printer though? And then it almost made me throw up. Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Jesus Christ.
Samuel Adams is a lager. This isn't a lager.
Well, this is a super berry.
This is like a cider. Or like a seltzer almost.
What makes a lager and what makes a cider a cider?
Dude, I don't fucking know.
Google it, bro. You have a computer on your lap.
So do you.
Don't be no, it's
Somewhere in your pocket.
it's over there.
That's why your phone sucks.
Yeah, that's why phone sucks.
A cider.
Cider.
Is an alcoholic beverage made from fermented apple juice. Okay, so it can't be a cider.
No, it cannot. It cannot be a cider
Makes
from fermented apple juice. Done.
lager.
This is a jam though. It does say jam.
Lager beer uses a process of cool fermentation, followed by the maturation in cold storage. The German word lager means the storeroom or warehouse. The yeast generally used with lager brewing is,
So
I can't pronounce that, is a close relative of the yeast used for warm fermented ales.
So they kept it in a cold storage while all these vegetables, all these vagina strawberries and cherries melted
And elderberries.
and elderberries. They just put it in the fridge and let them rot, and then they took all the juice.
That's dumb.
That's what makes a lager a lager.
That's so disappointing.
Well, it answered your question, didn't it?
It does, but I'm disappointed.
Why, you wanted it to be a cider?
No, it's not like a lager to me.
Well, it is a
These
lager.
are elderberries. These are the berries you see on a bush randomly, and you're like, I want to eat these.
Those are what you ate as kids and then got the shits.
Turns out you're just you're just eating elderberries.
Meanwhile, the thing at the bottom says Cleveland Clinic. If you eat these berries raw off the bush, you will shit blood.
Is elderberry really good for kids? They looked fucking dangerous. I wouldn't eat those if I was a
They do look dangerous. They still look dangerous.
That's just sketch.
That's the one thing you learn at outdoor camp is they're like, if you ever get lost, stay put and don't eat anything.
Someone will not find you. You have to keep moving. Find magnetic north.
Find McDonald's.
No. Find magnetic north. Put a leaf in some water with a needle and it will point north.
Yep.
And then go whichever way you need to go.
Also, if you have the show we were watching, it was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and it was like, what are these things known for? It's like soda can and chocolate bar.
How to make a fire.
How to make a fire. And I was like, anyone lucky enough to get stranded with a soda can and a chocolate bar could probably just walk home. You fucking idiot.
They give you a meal and a snack.
Yeah, dude. If you have a chocolate bar and a soda can and you're lucky enough to get stranded with it, you're gonna be okay. You don't need to burn down the forest. Just shout really loud and someone will come get you.
That's like when you're in an airplane crash on a deserted island and the fucking snack cart's right next to you.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm set.
You think you're on a desert island, but you really just like past the boundary at like a zoo or like a fucking theme park.
You're at a fucking tropical hotel.
You fell off the raging waters ride and just hit your head really hard. So like, you try eating the plastic coconuts in the tree.
Why aren't these giving me fruit?
I need nourishment. I'm gonna drink the salt water, and then all of a sudden there's logs coming down. You're like, oh, this water tastes like suntan lotion.
Where am I?
Where am I? And then security tackles you, and you're never welcome back again.
But for real, if you're at like a water park.
But for real. All jokes aside.
All the sunscreen that's in the water, it smells so fucking good.
It tastes bad.
It tastes bad, but
that's all I remember is that like anytime we went to a water park, it hits you like right here, and you're like.
I do like the way the chlorinated water tastes, though.
I do too.
It's like it tastes like just pure tap water, just like fucking water.
It's just like it reminds me of like a pool from like a hotel or something, like a really clean pool. Not like necessarily clean, but like there's a lot of like chlorine in it, so it's like.
Yeah, it's chemically clean.
Everything dies in it,
yeah.
You know?
It's chemically clean.
Yeah. So.
But it's just like, to me, it's just like water in its purest form, but it's not.
Mm-hmm.
That's my, like, perception.
Perception! Reality!
Reality is current.
I did a flip on a swing!
Perception. That's my perception.
The reality is... No, you didn't!
The reality is unknown at this point. We can't measure it anymore. It's gone. All we have is my word. And
that ain't worth shit.
I'm the only one alive who had witnessed it. So, therefore...
Do you believe in aliens?
No.
So when I told you I saw an alien spaceship, that's bullshit to you?
I don't think it's bullshit. I mean, like, people who believe in God
that's
are
my
like...
perception.
Hey, good for you. You saw something.
You did a flip on a swing. Oh, good for you. I just saw my phone down there. I was like, how the fuck? Oh.
Right next to Snoop Dogg.
I remember now.
I mean, you could have seen something. Was it an alien spaceship? I don't know. You think it is. Who knows what it was?
There's monoliths landing all over the
That's an art
the planet right now.
Today,
Today, Junior. I don't know.
We don't know what that was. You and your brother both have different accounts of it.
We do, which is kind of sad. But we both remember it. We both were like...
I remember seeing something, but you didn't see the same thing.
Yeah.
Based on the accounts.
Based on what we talked about, yeah.
And then we watched that movie.
Fourth Kind.
Yeah. It's kind of whack. But
it was okay.
It was alright.
But, yeah. I don't like zombie movies. I think zombies are retarded.
I love zombies.
But I do like alien movies, and I like robot movies.
Have you seen RoboCop?
I have. It's really good.
I've never seen it.
The new one or the old one?
Either.
Okay. The new one's actually pretty good. I remember thinking it looked stupid. That's the thing, like... there was a movie called, like, Big Red or something about, like, fighter planes. And it had, like, some really shitty cut-together scene. and it was like all dubstep, and it was like some of the first airplanes with like guns on them, like really, really early,
Like World War One planes.
yeah, really, really early like dogfight battles is what the movie was about. And I'm like, that's so like, I remember being like 13 and being mad. I was like, they're using dubstep to advertise a World War One movie. I'm out. I'm not into it. And then I saw the movie and I was like, that's such a good movie. Why'd they advertise it with dubstep? It was a bad advertisement. And
at that time, dubstep was popping.
yeah, and they wanted to use dubstep, but that's what bugged me. I was like, yo, it wasn't even true to like what the movie was though. And it was such a good movie, you know?
I mean, they did the same thing with Battlefield 1. Because the redo, not even the redo.
The Redux.
Just when they went backwards in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
It was a World War One, I believe. Or World War One or World War Two. But they used like techno-y music.
Well,
and there was a woman on the cover. Everyone hated it.
That's the thing. Like, it's just like, it doesn't fit, right? And like, I always say this, like, if when I'm making a song, you want to make it so the song works, right? And if all of a sudden you just start throwing like some dubstep and your song's about a World War One plane, you be like, what? Like, stick to the theme, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. It's 2020, soon to be 2021. So
I know. Did you hear about the vaccine?
No, what's going on with that?
I guess there's a vaccine that's going to be out by mid-December.
Yeah, there's two companies that have one. Right?
Pfizer and AstraZeneca.
The AstraZeneca one is way cheaper.
All I know is that the other one's from the UK.
The Pfizer one costs like $30 a dose. The AstraZeneca one's like $3.
Aren't we all getting it for free? I'm not paying for that shit. It's not my fucking fault. Someone better pay for this. It ain't me.
I'm gonna wait.
I'm gonna give it some time. Watch the military like poof, poof, poof. Joshua Obaza, yeah. What the fuck? Those are your 2 doses. $20. What? Just kidding. It's free. Fuck off. Get your parents. Mom, Dad, the military's here.
The military's here to shoot you.
Poof, poof. Ow, thanks. That's great.
But
yeah.
Something I did see, Donald Trump pardoned some dude. I don't know who he was. But he is getting together with the We the People group. They're like super like right and conservative, and they want the president to enact martial law to redo the election. To have the government, not the government, but the military oversee voting to get 4 more years.
People are nuts.
But pardon Julian Assange.
Could you imagine
and Edward Snowden?
Could you imagine if the Democrats said that?
That'd be fucking.
That's how you know it's the alt right, like the
everything
real.
would be on fire.
That's how you know it's the really, really far right people. You know. that sounds like a left statement. That's crazy. Like, this is so unfair. We gotta get the military to do it. Yeah. But now it's like, just imagine that guy with a KFC gut, like, we did the military.
Pardon Julian Assange. Pardon Edward Snowden.
Snowden didn't do no wrong.
They didn't. Whistleblowing is a protected crime, or not? It's a protected.
It is a protected crime when you put it like that.
It's a protected thing.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a workplace right. They chalked it up as treason, but ain't no treason.
They're just helping out.
Ain't no problem.
Ain't no problem.
Ain't no problem. I don't know, man. I think. Have you seen the movie Snowden?
No.
It's pretty good. Pretty cool. I wish there was more to it. I remember watching the movie after seeing his interview, and I was like, "Well, you just told me all that."
I follow him on Twitter.
Do you?
Yeah. He doesn't post much.
Yeah, I'll bet.
He just retweets a lot of stuff.
It's funny because he's so good with computers, but now he has to live his life like off them.
Yeah.
He could generate an internet connection from anywhere in the world with a fucking hanger and a fucking Pringles can.
Have you ever been on WikiLeaks?
No.
It's actually a shit website.
Is it informative? How much of it is legit?
It's been a while since I've been on it. But
remember we were at the Jack in the Box the one time, and this dude's like harassing the worker, and he's like, "I read it on Leaky Weeks."
No. What?
You don't remember that?
No. When was this?
He was talking about Trump doing something. He's like,
this one?
yeah. We sat down and he's like, yeah, I read it on Leaky Weeks. And I looked up and I was like, no fucking way. This is the greatest moment of my life.
Goddamn.
Goddamn, goddamn, goddamn.
Goddamn. There's one more thing I want to talk about, but it's we're at an hour 25. Do I bring it up?
Yeah.
So it being December, it's the end of the year almost.
End of the year.
It's usually like a big thing for wrap-ups.
Big thing.
Fucking YouTube Rewind was canceled.
Yes, it was.
And a lot of people are pissed because
yes, we are.
There's shut up.
Okay.
There's so many like people who got big during this year and they don't get their voice.
So many.
Which is unfortunate, but YouTube Rewind has been pretty shit for the last like 4 years anyway.
So shit.
The 2019 actually has the highest dislike count on any YouTube video ever, which is super ironic.
Well, it's just stats.
I mean, still, it's like the most disliked YouTube video ever.
I don't know what to say, man.
Made by the company itself. And everyone's posting their Spotify recaps for what they listen to. Do you like seeing those?
Was that a coherent thought?
Yes.
That feels like two different thoughts.
I talked about YouTube Rewind being canceled, and there's no room for response in that. And
okay, I could think of something if you gave me a chance.
Well, I didn't ask a question, so
You don't ask for questions, you receive questions.
I didn't ask a question.
Any questions? You, sir. Yeah. Who blew up this year that you think would do really good in YouTube Rewind? Said the 11-year-old.
I don't know. The YouTubers I watch aren't either big or have been around for a while. So,
All right, what was the other question? What was the other thought?
do you like seeing everyone's Spotify recaps?
I do. I wish Apple Music had one.
Get on that, Apple. Come on, Steve.
You're a loyalist fan. Steve's not there anymore.
There's probably someone there named Steve.
Steve's hella fucking dead.
There's probably someone there named Steve.
I bet you there's no one there named Steve.
They're not allowed to hire any Steves.
The jersey of Steve has been retired. The jersey of Steve has left the chat, if you will.
The black turtleneck.
Yeah. No more Steves allowed.
Just framed.
Hi, we see your name is Steve. Fuck off and go work for Microsoft! Hey, how about that?
That'd be fitting, because Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
Minecraft Steve. Well, that's really it. That's all I got.
Wow, I'm glad you considered putting up an extra 10 seconds for the next episode. That's
asked,
really brave of you.
I asked if you liked him or not, and you said yes.
Hey, so I got this other point that's really controversial. I should bring it up before the end of the podcast.
I never said it was controversial.
How do you feel about looking at statistics?
I mean, okay, so people...
I like it. Cool. I didn't ask a question, but cool.
I asked one question out of two things. I said, ooh, kill me. Please.
Okay.
But, like, people usually listen, like, in our age group, listen to the same kind of music. It's all rap and hip-hop.
I disagree. Based on what I've seen, people have a very wide...
I was in the top 10% of listeners of The Ghost Inside on Spotify, and I don't use it.
Because there's only 10 listeners of Ghost Inside on Spotify.
Then I'd be in the 1%.
Then there's only 100 listeners. That
Wow,
sucks.
at least.
That's sad.
That's Spotify. Spotify sucks.
A lot of people I went to school with had, like, people I've never heard of before that I want to look into now, and then other people have had, like, My Chemical Romance is number 3 still, which I think is super cool because...
Gross.
Hey, it is
Grow
what it is.
up.
Hey, man.
Quit
Hey,
being
man.
sad.
Hey, man. One of them had a fucking, like, Hoobastank or, like, the Fray.
Grow up.
And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like, they still vibe out to that shit. They still fucking just put on a CD and cry.
I pray for you.
I respect that. So shout out to you. I won't say your name because it'd be weird.
I
You don't
hate
know
you.
me, but I follow you on Instagram.
You don't know me, but I know you.
I follow you on Instagram, and I really like your taste in music. And I think we'd be so happy together.
Send them a message.
So happy together. No, she's out of my league. She's also married.
You don't know if you try.
She's married.
So?
I don't think she wants...
Just because there's a goalie doesn't mean that stops you from scoring.
Yeah, it does. That's the goalie's job.
Sometimes a goalie sucks. You can still score in a goalie. You ever played a sport with a goalie? Obviously not.
Said the guy who played 1 year of soccer with shin guards and thinks he's the shit.
You're supposed to play with shin
Remember when he
guards.
lost in a foot race to Raul?
Yeah, because he's fucking fast, apparently, I guess.
Apparently, you fucking witnessed it firsthand.
I know, yeah, it's
Because
apparent.
he's fast, I guess. I don't know. I only got my ass kicked by him.
Beat him in a lifting competition.
I would
say
know
that.
he was fast if he didn't beat me by a mile.
He beat him by 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Can you play Drunken Love?
Absolutely.
Can you
not.
play a song and run a mile in 8 minutes?
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. It's December. It's almost Christmas time. I have to decorate again. Norman is still hanging out in the closet. He's upside down still. Yep.
Thanks for hanging out with us.